Hi guys, the Xbox Series X. That's it, the next generation of Xbox consoles. Let's dive right into it. GameSpot got the first drop on all the differences and highlights with an interview with Phil Spencer and Jason Ronald, part of the Xbox team. I'm Sean over at Xbox myself. I didn't work on this console or the hardware releases personally, but we're going to highlight the GameSpot exclusive drop in articles on all the differences on the Xbox Series X, formerly known as Project Scarlet, now that it's out in the public, and I'll put the link to these articles below. The Xbox Series X is twice as powerful GPU as the Xbox One X. Go ahead and read it for yourself, folks. You heard it first, the Xbox One X, double the power of this GPU. In terms of CPU speeds, it'll be 4 times faster than the previous generation of Xbox. And talking about the Xbox One over here, it's 8 times more powerful in its GPU, alright? This is tremendous power, and the Xbox Series X, according to the GameSpot articles, were designed to be sleek, elegant, but kind of disappear in your living room, according to the article, and have this immersive, powerful gameplay. So let's talk about the design. You can see it for yourself. If anything, it looks like a computer console, right? A computer tower. And it's designed to not be as loud or the same loudness of the fan as the original Xbox One X. Have one fan that blows up just to cool the system and just to kind of disappear into your entertainment system over there. A green light on the top, a physical Xbox light button in the front. It's kind of what we've seen with the One X and the One S over here. Tactile button versus the kind of touch button here that people used to slip and touch all the time in the original Xbox One, but we're getting away from this kind of slim VCR type design. So you get to see that nice tower look, and it's about 1 Xbox controller wide, while 3 controllers tall. That's about the estimation that they give. So let's talk about the differences in the controller itself. So here we have a couple iterations of the Xbox controller. As you can see, it's slowly evolved, and there's even now the Xbox Elite Series 2, but the one that's shipping with the Xbox Series X. Super important detail here, it's actually smaller and very subtle details. So according to that article, it is a different controller because notably it has a share button in the center of the controller, and the share button, we've seen this on the PlayStation controller, but users can play and press that share button and share their content right away. And an important distinction for me is the size of the controller. Alright, the original Xbox controllers, Xbox One controllers, they're industry standard, they're very popular, but they cover 95% of use cases in the population. Now, I had a chance to visit our Human Factors and Design Lab, and that's also public tours available by Team Surface, and those are PhDs that research the different hand kind of sizes that people all across age groups use, and it turns out for little kids that an Xbox controller designed for adults, are pretty large. So the new controller is subtly smaller in areas that make it cover 98% of the population, and I think that's an incredible step forward in being a more inclusive gaming environment. Alright, so I'm going to do a couple call outs here. Jake Shields worked on the Elite Series 2. You can follow him on Twitter for all his hard work, so if you like that, follow him. And another one, Bryce Johnson on the Inclusive Tech Design Lab. He helped design the Xbox Adaptive Controller, so it really means a lot to me that this smaller, more covering 98% of the population, taking consideration and feedback from the Xbox Design Factors Labs, really goes into the next generation in the Xbox Series X console. Other than that, the proprietary radio, the latency input. So the Xbox One X versus the Xbox Series X, the article states that the developers have access to a dynamic latency tool that will allow the controller to have even faster input, right? Reduce that latency so you don't have any of these hiccups that you've seen in some other consoles when they're like cloud streaming or anything like that. Not that anything related to our input was a major problem with wireless controllers, but for PC gamers, we know that that input speed is the edge that can give you in pro gaming. And the Xbox is already connected through all these generations with a proprietary radio, so I'm excited to see that in action, but the article highlights that it is reduced latency in the radio connection, dynamic latency tools that developers have to streamline that for gameplay. So go ahead and check that out. Alright, so let's talk about the hard drive. The Series X will feature an NVMe SSD and a super fast GDDR6 memory as RAM. Alright, so super fast speeds. You know that if you're using your Razer laptops or the newest line of laptops that solid state drives, super fast, right? That your access to memory files, your loading speed should be phenomenal on this type of device. And the target audience, as reported by GameSpot, is that this console should be the most powerful on the market, and it should fulfill the needs of developers and players, consumers alike. So that's the design, getting in the hands, a little smaller controller, tower-like features, physical light button, a green button on top, a single fan that blows through to cool this device. Marketing beats coming in E3 2020 to see more highlights, but to really showcase the power of this device, Phil Spencer went on stage and he showed Hellblades 2, the series, the second in the Hellblade series, and the trailer that was rendered 100% using the in-game footage on the Xbox Series X. And look at those differences in the lighting and the graphics of the trailer of Hellblade, and that'll show you the power that the Xbox Series X has. So go ahead and check that trailer out, see that for yourself, and the power and the claims that Phil Spencer made in this GameSpot article made as well. Alright, so let's talk about the name, the Xbox Series X. What do you guys think about that name? It represents the future of the console, backwards compatibility, the fact that, you know, all the Xbox controllers work across PC, across Xbox, across the newest Xboxes. This is designed with consumers, backwards compatibility, and power in mind. So please go ahead and check out the trailer reveals. Follow Xbox P3 on Twitter, the official marketing Xbox channels, to get the latest in the know. And highlights the last one, 15. Last one is content for the Xbox Series X. So it was announced on stage at the Game Awards that Xbox has 15 studios making exclusive content. When games drop, you know, exclusive content for that. And we're gonna see big highlights. We saw some trailers for Halo Infinite back at E3 2019. So we know that these types of exclusives are coming to the console. So go ahead and look into those new studios that Xbox acquired all over the map to help bring some exclusives to the console. But also we encourage just backwards compatibility, play anywhere, Ultimate Game Pass. So it's a great time to be an Xbox fan. So those are the highlights. The Xbox Series X, designed to disappear into your living room entertainment center, as loud as an Xbox One X, a central fan that blows up through the grills, a light on top, a physical light button, 8 times faster GPU as the original Xbox, OG Xbox over here, twice as fast as the GPU in the Xbox One X, 4 times as fast in terms of its CPU in the past versus the previous generations. A new controller that's smaller, that covers 98%, subtly smaller, that covers 98% of the population, has a share button on it, with developers being able to use a dynamic latency tool to reduce the latency of your controllers so that you have even more streamlined. Pick up with the proprietary radios that connects the controllers to the Xbox over here, and just tremendous power. So what do you guys think of the new redesign of the Xbox Series X versus the Xbox One X family of devices? We know that backwards compatibility is a thing, so that all the new games can run on if you currently have the Xbox One X or the One S or the One, and that this will feature power, right? All about the immersion, and highlighting that in Hellblade 2 trailer to kind of see how this is. We'll wait to see the drop in terms of Digital Foundries, say more technical channels to get those processor and speeds. We know this has the new NVMe SSDs, GDDR6 for RAM, for the new Xbox Series X, and that should promise you more speeds as well. Alright guys, so these are the differences, the Xbox One X versus the Series X that's coming out in the future, all highlighted in the GameSpot article and the Game Awards show. the ultimate surprise and treat for all of us Xbox fans. I'm personally excited for that new controller and share button, this world of sharing games, and the new content that's coming out from the 15 Xbox game studios. So, from a full-time employee at Microsoft and Xbox, much love, much support. I'm going to link all the official channels. Please go to them to support it. Jason Ronald, Phil Spencer, Bryce Johnson, the Xbox hardware team, all the game studios, Ori, show some love to all our original Xbox game studios. They're releasing content. So if you love Xbox, if you like gaming, if you like hardware, if you want to be in the know, go follow those channels. Thank you so much for supporting this channel here from an avid fan. You guys make it the best. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye guys.